Oh, hello! My name is Mara, and welcome to Books Like Whoa. So I've got another unhaul for you guys today, and in the vein of expediency, I'm going to do it in this sort of more informal style that I've been experimenting with. And yeah, this isn't like my biggest unhaul I've ever had, but still a good number of books. If you've been following me on other things, you know that I'm trying to like crank through some of my physical TBR because I really want to not move books that I don't need to move. So I'm going to start with some of the ones that I have here with me now. I ended up unhauling a few things in between now and like my last unhaul, and I have some sort of like very, Nolan style footage of me kind of just chatting through why I unhauled them as I went. So I'll put that in towards the end of this video. But yeah, anyway, let's just jump into a few books that I am going to be letting go. Starting with two that I plan to get in a different format at some point, and for now I'm not going to reread them like now. So I'm okay with just letting them go for now. One is Night by Elie Wiesel. If I really get a hankering to read this, very easy to get it from the library. And then the other is The Secret of the Chimneys by Agatha Christie. This is one of my all-time faves, and I really would like to have this in a nice hardback or at least in an ebook form. So I'm getting rid of both of those. Then probably my biggest category. Yeah, my biggest category. It's right here. And it is books that I have converted. So at Christmas, I definitely got some money that I used towards like Amazon points, or Amazon gift card actually. So I converted several of these mass markets into paperback. I also did a big unhaul at the used bookstore, and I got, I want to say like $140 for all the stuff that I took to the used bookstore. So I turned all of that into to Amazon dollars. So that was fun. So anyway, I did a lot of conversion. First is a Julie James, Practice Makes Perfect. I now have this in e-form. I have read this book, Wanted Wild Thing by Jessica Sims, which was problematic but fun. But I really like this series, and I have the other ones in ebook form, so I converted this to an ebook as well. Then I have The Art of Seducing a Naked Werewolf. All my Molly Harper that I hold on to is in ebook form, so I converted this because it really was just sort of like dumb fun, which I appreciate. You know what? In these dark times, we all have to have some dumb fun. Then I have several Nora Roberts, some of which I read recently and some of which I've had for a while. So I literally just finished this yesterday, Black Hills by Nora Roberts. It was good, and it was good enough that I decided I did want to have it in ebook form, so I converted this one. And then two Nora Roberts that I think are much better than that one, that I've had for a while in this form, but I'm very happy to have an ebook. These are two that I would definitely recommend if you're looking for a good place to start with her. One is Blue Smoke, which is about a female arson investigator, and like the arsonist who is fascinated with her, like from childhood. So it's really good. And then Tribute is one of her very best, I think. It's about a lady, I don't know why I said that. It's about a girl who is like renovating an old house, like that's what she does, and about the cranky novelist who lives across the street who becomes her. And yeah, somebody's trying to kill them. That's the common theme, really, is in all these books, is that someone's trying to kill them. And then the last Nora Roberts, this was actually in a very nice, like practically brand new hardback, but The Collector. I'm trying to get all my Nora Roberts to be in ebook form, so I decided to go ahead and convert this. This is a good one. Like, it's good. I'd say I like this better than Black Hills, but not as much as Tribute and Blue Smoke. So yeah, this is another good one. Lots of Nora Roberts conversion. Okay, so these two are really exciting. So I converted Housekeeping by Marilynne Robinson. Hey guys, look, it was a 2012 World Book Night selection, turns out. Hey, there you go. I converted this to an adorable little hardback. I showed you guys that in my last haul. I got halfway through this and stopped reading, so that I'm sure that is just indicative of my scatterbrainness, because I really do. I love Marilynne Robinson's writing. So yeah, I'm excited to get to that now that I have an adorable hardback. And then guys, I'm so excited to be telling you that I'm unhauling this. I will get into the full story of how I was able to unhaul this during my January book haul, because the hardback of this just came in, but I am unhauling this paperback copy of The Great Gatsby because I have a beautiful, beautiful hardback edition that finally arrived. So yay, this is probably my most exciting conversion this month. Okay, so let's move on to books. Sorry, I'm having to now pick them up off the floor. Books that I probably would like to read, but that I can either get through Harlequin Reward points, which at some point I definitely need to do a video about that, because if you read any romance and you're not doing that program, you really should, because I think I've gotten upwards of like 30 books for free through it. So yeah, anyway, that's a side note, but I can either get them through Harlequin Reward points or from the library. So I was like, why am I holding on to these crappy mass markets? Some of these I ultimately do want to own, but not in this format. So like, why am I holding on to them? So this is one that I think I'll probably get from the library. Jill Sorensen Free Fall. I read the first in this little duology and enjoyed it, so I'll probably get to that at some point. Goddess of Spring. So this is I think it's like an urban fantasy kind of book. Urban fantasy, paranormal romance, somewhere in there. I've actually heard a lot of good things about this series, but it's available from the library, so I don't need to hold on to this mass market. Though I just realized that it has like little glitters. Can you guys see that? There's like little glitters. Interesting. The next are two delightful bits of nonsense that I just love. Lindsay Sands is just such a comfort read for me. Like, it's just such nonsense and such just enjoyable frippery. But both of these are available from the library, or I could get them through Harlequin Reward points if I so desired. And then let's see here. Same for this. I could get this through Harlequin Reward Point or the library if and when I want to read it. This is Once Upon a Tower by Eloisa James. Eloisa James has a whole series of like retold fairy tales as historicals, and I really like fairy tale retellings. This is, I believe, a Rapunzel one. Her Beauty and the Beast one in this series, which is When Beauty Tamed the Beast, is actually very, very good. I would really recommend it. She's a very good writer. She, I think in IRL, is a professor of Shakespeare, so I think she has a nice writing quality. But anyway, if I decide to get to this, I can at some point. And then two Agatha Christie's, two lesser Agatha Christie's from what I've been told. So we'll decide if I actually buy these or if I just do them from the library. One is Postern of Fate, which is a, oh my gosh, guys, I just noticed that under her name it says Murder Most British. That is too cute. Sorry, anyway, Postern of Fate, I believe, is in the Tommy and Tuppence series. I've only read one Tommy and Tuppence, which was the one with the old lady. That one. I think it's called N or M. No, maybe a different one. By the Pricking of My Thumbs, actually. That's what it's called. I've read that one. I've not read any other Tommy and Tuppence and haven't necessarily been that compelled to, but at some point I will, and then I'll get this from the library. And then Passenger to Frankfurt, I've actually heard is not good, but it's Agatha Christie, so at some point I am going to want to read it, but I don't need this like old crappy mass market to do that. So those are all ones that I'm going to either get from the library or from points. I've got 4 books that I've read and I'm ditching or DNF'd. The first one is this one from Agatha Christie / Mary Westmacott. I read the first couple chapters and was like, I love Agatha Christie and I don't want to see the side of her. It's sort of like, how to say this? You know, like when somebody you love, like an older relative is on the decline and you're like, I wish I didn't remember you like this. I wish I remembered you like fully coherent and fully yourself. That's kind of how I felt about this, to be honest. So we don't need to talk about it anymore. Let's just pretend that never happened. Next is Orient by Christopher Bolin. And I talked about this in my What I'm Reading Right Now. This just didn't work for me, and I also have it in ebook form. Like, I bought the hardback to like motivate me to get to this sooner, and it did, and it didn't work out for me. This is a good book. I would recommend this book to somebody who's looking for a book like this. It just wasn't what was sold to me. Like, the reason I picked it up was the way it was talked about, and that's not what it actually was. So this is just a case of like misalignment of book and reader for sure. And then I am at some point going to convert this to an ebook, The Undead in My Bed, just because it has 2 novellas from 2 series that I'm into. So I definitely want this, but I don't need to hold on to the mass market, and I noticed that it has been on sale for $1.99 in the past ebook form, so I'll just wait for that to happen. Nora Roberts, Northern Lights. This was good. I enjoyed this. This was perfectly enjoyable, and actually there was a lot of things about this I really did like. If this ebook was a little less expensive, I actually probably would convert it, and maybe I will if it ever goes on sale. But for $10, I don't think I like it that much. But yeah, this, like, if you can get your hands on this from the library or whatever, I'd recommend it. For a crappy mass market, I don't need to hold on to it. And then finally, When She Said I Do by Celeste Bradley. This was not good in my opinion, and I don't want to hold on to it. So, as you can see, lots of mass markets leaving, and then, is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. So yeah, that was all the things that I have live. So now I'll cut in some of my, like, on the ground footage here. Okay guys, I told you I was pretty sure I'd end up doing some more unhauling between now and when I posted. So I've got a couple of conversion things happening. First, I bought a hardback collected edition of a lot of, like, highlights of C.S. Lewis. So because I'm doing that, I can now get rid of these 4 paperbacks. 2 of which are 2 of my all-time favorite C.S. Lewis's, which are The Four Loves and The Great Divorce, but I'll have it in one edition, taking up less space, and in a nice hardback version. So that's one conversion book for me. And then I also picked up a hardback version of I and Thou by Martin Buber. This is basically like a kind of existential meditation from a Jewish theological perspective on self and the other, basically, I and thou, and how that relates to God and how that relates to, like, metaphysics, which I'm sure that does not sound exciting to a lot of people, but it's really, really good, actually. It's one of my favorite books of this ilk that I've read, so I'm excited to have a hardback of it. And then 2 more books that I've made the decision that, yeah, I can let these go until I get the ebook version, because I've set my little notifications up for those, and they're both by C.S. Lewis. One is his poems, and one is The Pilgrim's Regress. I gotta tell you, love C.S. Lewis, not a great poet, not reaching for this very often, so not too pressed about that. And The Pilgrim's Regress is a nice edition, like, this is nice, but it's also kind of awkward compared to my other C.S. Lewis paperbacks, so I'm fine with letting both of these go until I get them in ebook form. Hey guys, just a quick addition here. I just got All the President's Men on a good ebook sale, and since this does not exist as hardback, at least in print that I can find at the moment, for now I'm going to convert to ebook with the hope of eventually converting to hardback. But I love this book. This is not because I don't love it, because this is a top 10 book for me. I absolutely love it. I'm just converting it to a different form. Janky video continues with Silmarillion. I just got the hardback over there, and that means that I don't need to hold on to this paperback anymore. So, yay. Another one bites the dust. Hey everyone, I am coming at you pre-recorded from my parents' bureau of Books Like Woe, and I just had a few other Unhaul books I wanted to share with you because I got some gift cards for Christmas, and yeah, I brought some mass markets in the hopes that I would get some gift cards and I'd be able to get rid of them. So these 6 are all having to do with either Nalini Singh or Alona Andrews. So this, and this are all 3 anthologies that one or both of them are in. So Burning Up has Nalini Singh and Mel-Jean Brooke. That was essentially why I had that one. This Night Shift is actually really good. I like all of these stories except I don't think I've read this one by Lisa whoever because I don't know her. But this is a Nalini Singh, Alona Andrews, and then Mila Vane is actually Mel-Jean Brooks. So Night Shift, I got the E version of that. And then Must Love Hellhounds has Nalini Singh, Mel-Jean Brooke, Alona Andrews, and Charlene Harris. And that's an anthology where you can only get most of these stories in this anthology. So anyway, I converted all 3 of those to ebooks.
Then I have my last three Ilona Andrews, just like standalone books. Steel's Edge, Magic Rises, and Gunmetal Magic. These two are in the Kate Daniels world. This one is in her Edge series. So all of these are converted to ebook. And then a few contemporaries. So Something About You by Julie James, converting that to ebook. I really, really like that particular series. Sorry, I just realized how much this is shaking. I really like that series. It's the first in that series, so glad to have that as ebook. And then I have three just like truly not guilty pleasures, I don't believe in that, but like just light fluffy books by Kristen Ashley. If you've seen my year-end wrap-up, you know that I do not always love Kristen Ashley. Sometimes I have a real problem with her. But this particular series that those three books are in is I think it's called like the Colorado Mountain Man series, and they straddle the line between uber alpha and asshole enough that I still can enjoy them. So I converted those to ebooks as well. So that's 10 more mass markets going to the used bookstore.
Okay, so that's everything. That's all the books that I'm currently getting rid of. I don't know how many more unhauls I'll have between now and when I move, just because I think that this is like, I've really called out a lot of the books that I wanted to pre-move. So unless like I just am reading books and I'm like, yeah, I don't need to hold on to these, it may be a couple of months before I have another unhaul. I may just save them up and then do it after I move. We'll see. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this like little more informal format for my, for my unhaul up here in my obscene beauty space / office area. Yeah, this works out really well for me, so I hope you guys enjoy this less structured version and a little more chatty. If you have any thoughts, definitely let me know below. But yeah, I think that will do it. I hope you guys are having a really great day. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, subscribe, follow me on the social medias if you are so inclined. All that information is in the description box below, and I will just talk to you guys soon. Have a good one. Bye!